Have you ever felt that silent, nagging whisper of anxiety when money comes up in conversation, or that familiar knot in your stomach when checking your bank balance? Perhaps you've experienced the subtle shame of feeling like you're constantly behind, or the quiet guilt that accompanies even the thought of desiring more wealth. It's a struggle far more profound than mere numbers on a spreadsheet. It's an internal conflict, a deeply personal battle waged within the quiet chambers of your mind. For so many, the relationship with money is fraught with an invisible tension, a constant push and pull between wanting financial freedom and feeling utterly trapped by the circumstances, or even by an unspoken sense of unworthiness. This isn't just about the absence of wealth. It's about the pervasive presence of scarcity, the fear of not having enough, the dread of financial instability, or even, paradoxically, the fear of having too much and what that might entail. This isn't a reflection of your inherent capability or your work ethic. It's a deeply human experience, one that transcends logic and often defies conscious effort. You might work incredibly hard, follow all the rules, and yet find yourself in the same financial patterns, feeling perpetually stuck in a cycle that seems impossible to break. This persistent feeling of being held back isn't a failure of character. It's a symptom of something far deeper, something operating beneath the surface of your awareness, influencing every financial decision, every aspiration, and every limitation you perceive. It's an invisible script playing out in your life, dictating your financial reality, often against your most fervent desires for abundance and ease. As the great Bob Proctor often taught, most people are completely unaware of the power they possess. He wasn't just talking about raw potential, but about the unseen forces within us that shape our entire world, particularly our financial world. Think about it. How often do you find yourself saying, "I can't afford that," or "money is hard to come by," without even questioning the validity of those statements? These aren't just casual remarks. They are echoes of deeply embedded beliefs, operating like a hidden program in your subconscious mind. This program, or what Bob Proctor powerfully termed a paradigm, dictates your habits, your perceptions, and ultimately your results. He articulated it so clearly: a paradigm is a multitude of habits. It's an information structure that controls how you behave. This isn't just theory. It's the very fabric of your financial reality. It's why you might find yourself repeating the same financial mistakes, experiencing the same peaks and valleys, or feeling that familiar resistance whenever an opportunity for growth or expansion presents itself. The problem, then, isn't out there. It's an internal operating system that needs a profound upgrade. This journey we're about to embark on is not about quick fixes or superficial tips. It's about diving deep into the emotional roots of your financial behavior, understanding the silent agreements you've made with money, and consciously choosing to rewrite your financial destiny. It's about dismantling the old paradigms that no longer serve you and installing a new, empowering belief system that aligns with the true abundance that is your birthright. We will confront the discomfort, embrace the vulnerability, and ultimately, transform the very lens through which you view money, prosperity, and your own worth. This isn't merely a path to more money. It's a path to more freedom, more peace, more purpose, and a profound sense of self-mastery. It's time to stop letting your past dictate your financial future and to actively, deliberately, and joyfully create a new one. This is an invitation to step into a new relationship with wealth, one built on clarity, confidence, and conscious creation. This script is for you if you are ready to move beyond the superficial symptoms of financial struggle and address the core, unseen beliefs that have been holding you back. It's for those who are tired of the constant worry, the scarcity mindset, and the feeling that financial freedom is always just out of reach. It's for anyone who intuitively knows there's a better way, a more aligned way, to attract and manage wealth, and who is prepared to do the inner work necessary to manifest it. We're going to explore how your thoughts and feelings directly translate into your financial reality, and more importantly, how you can consciously direct those thoughts and feelings to create the life of abundance you truly desire. Prepare to unlearn, to relearn, and to awaken to the immense power that resides within you to shape your financial world. Now, let's peel back another layer, moving beyond the immediate sensation of financial discomfort to explore its deeper roots. Have you ever paused to consider where these deeply ingrained feelings and beliefs about money truly originated? They weren't inherent. They were acquired, often without your conscious consent, much like the very air you breathe in your formative years. Your personal financial narrative, the one currently playing on repeat in your subconscious, began to be written long before you ever earned your first dollar. It was meticulously crafted through a mosaic of childhood observations, family dynamics, and the powerful, often unspoken, lessons imparted by your environment. Think back to your earliest memories involving money. Perhaps you overheard hushed arguments about bills, or witnessed parents struggling to make ends meet, instilling a subtle fear of scarcity. Conversely, you might have observed an almost reckless disregard for money, leading to a different set of anxieties. These early experiences, absorbed by a highly impressionable mind, weren't just isolated events. They were data points, forming the foundational code of your financial operating system. Your family's attitudes toward saving, spending, wealth, and poverty became your default settings, shaping your understanding of what money is and what it means for you. It's a powerful inheritance, often passed down through generations, creating a blueprint for your financial reality that you've been unconsciously following ever since. Furthermore, these personal imprints are amplified and reinforced by broader societal and cultural narratives. Consider the pervasive messaging from media, advertising, and even the educational system, which often neglects practical financial literacy in favor of academic subjects. We are bombarded with images of instant gratification, the pursuit of material possessions as a measure of worth, or conversely, the romanticization of struggle. These collective stories, whether they glorify extreme wealth or demonize it, contribute to the complex tapestry of beliefs you hold. They dictate what's considered normal or achievable when it comes to money, subtly influencing your aspirations and setting the boundaries of your perceived potential. This confluence of personal history and collective consciousness creates a powerful, often invisible, framework that governs your financial decisions, long before conscious thought even enters the picture. This is precisely where the profound insights of Bob Proctor become so illuminating. He often emphasized that the subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. What this means for your financial reality is that every belief, every assumption, every emotional charge you picked up about money, whether true or not, was accepted by your subconscious as absolute fact. It doesn't question, it simply executes. Consequently, this deeply programmed mental framework, this thermostat setting for your financial life, continuously works to maintain the familiar. If your subconscious believes money is scarce, it will find ways to manifest scarcity. If it believes wealth is difficult to achieve, you will encounter difficulties. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about recognizing the incredible power of your own internal programming, which, left unchecked, will predictably reproduce the results it has been conditioned to expect. The pivotal step, therefore, is to cultivate a heightened sense of awareness. This involves becoming a diligent observer of your own thoughts, feelings, and automatic reactions concerning money. When you find yourself reaching for that credit card, or hesitating on an investment, or feeling a surge of envy or fear, pause. Ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is this truly my authentic desire, or is it an echo of an old program? This isn't about judgment. It's about detached observation, much like a scientist studying a phenomenon. Notice the subtle ways these deeply embedded convictions manifest in your daily habits. The impulse to spend when stressed, the reluctance to invest in yourself, the tendency to procrastinate on financial planning. These are not random behaviors. They are direct manifestations of your underlying belief system, the visible tip of an enormous internal iceberg. By consciously shining a light on these unconscious patterns, you begin to dismantle their power. It's like bringing a hidden blueprint into the open, allowing you to scrutinize each line, each instruction, and determine whether it still serves the grand vision you hold for your life. This level of self-recognition is not always comfortable, for it requires confronting uncomfortable truths about yourself and the influences that shaped you. However, it is an absolutely indispensable stage in claiming your financial sovereignty. Once you identify the specific limiting beliefs that have been dictating your financial reality, you gain the power to challenge them, to question their validity, and ultimately to choose a different path. This profound awareness is the first true act of liberation, paving the way for a deliberate and conscious recreation of your financial future. As we have journeyed through these inner landscapes, tracing the subtle contours of our financial narratives and unearthing the profound origins of our deepest convictions, a compelling truth begins to coalesce. What initially manifested as a persistent internal dissonance or an inexplicable resistance to financial flourishing now reveals itself as something far more intricate, a meticulously crafted internal blueprint. This blueprint, often drawn in the shadows of our earliest experiences and reinforced by the collective currents of our environment, has functioned as an invisible architect, shaping the very structure of our perceived reality concerning wealth and abundance. It dictates the boundaries of our expectations, the ease or friction with which opportunities seem to appear, and even the seemingly spontaneous impulses that guide our financial conduct. This recognition, far from being a mere intellectual exercise, carries with it the profound implication of liberation. To understand that these deeply embedded patterns, these automatic responses to fiscal matters, are not immutable laws of the universe but rather learned programs, is to stand at the precipice of a monumental shift. It is akin to discovering that the currents that have long carried your vessel in a particular direction were not unchangeable forces of nature, but rather a system of interconnected waterways that can, with conscious intent, be navigated differently. The cumulative effect of this introspection is the dawning realization that the perceived limitations were never external barriers, but rather internal constructs, powerfully maintained by the very operating system that governs our habitual thoughts and emotional responses. Indeed, the very act of discerning these foundational elements, the inherited stories, the absorbed anxieties, the unexamined assumptions, transforms them from unseen masters into observable data. This newfound clarity allows us to move beyond the reactive dance with our financial circumstances and step into a space of deliberate authorship. We begin to perceive the intricate wiring behind the seemingly simple outcomes, understanding that every financial manifestation is, in essence, an outward echo of an inward conviction. The subtle whispers of doubt, the ingrained beliefs of scarcity, or even the unconscious fears surrounding prosperity, previously operating in the background, now come into sharper focus. This illumination grants us the agency to question, to challenge, and ultimately to choose. Drawing these threads of insight together, we see that the path to genuine financial mastery is not paved solely with external strategies or a relentless pursuit of more, but rather with a profound internal recalibration. It is about aligning our deepest convictions with our highest aspirations, recognizing that the universe responds not to our desperate pleas, but to the unwavering frequency of our dominant thoughts and feelings. This journey of awareness has prepared the ground, revealing the fertile soil of our subconscious mind and the seeds of potential that lie dormant within. The discomfort of confronting old patterns gives way to the exhilarating prospect of actively cultivating new ones, knowing that our internal landscape is the true determinant of our external harvest. With this expanded awareness, the horizon of possibility begins to shift, transforming from a distant, often elusive dream into a tangible, co-creatable reality. We are no longer passive recipients of financial fate but active participants in its design. The heavy cloak of past limitations, woven from unconscious beliefs, can now be gently shed, making way for a lighter, more expansive garment of intentionality and self-belief. This pivot is not merely about accumulating wealth. It is about cultivating an internal state of abundance that naturally magnetizes and sustains prosperity in all its forms. It is a testament to the idea that true freedom begins not in the bank account, but in the boundless territory of the mind. Reflecting on this journey so far, recognize the immense power you have already begun to reclaim. The journey of understanding your internal world has laid a robust foundation for a truly transformative experience. You have moved from a place of unconscious reaction to conscious recognition, from being a passenger to becoming the aware navigator of your financial destiny. This is a powerful vantage point, a place from which to embark on the most exhilarating phase of this transformation, the deliberate, joyful, and consistent cultivation of a financial reality that truly reflects your highest potential and deepest desires. The stage is set for an intentional reshaping, a conscious reprogramming that will redefine not just your relationship with money, but your very sense of self in the realm of abundance. The journey we have embarked upon, from acknowledging the silent anxieties surrounding money to unearthing the deep-seated origins of our financial narratives, culminates not in a mere understanding of wealth, but in a profound revelation of self. We've traversed the complex terrain of inherited beliefs, societal imprints, and unconscious programming, recognizing that the invisible currents of our past have largely dictated the visible landscape of our present financial reality. This realization is not an endpoint, but a powerful catalyst, a moment of awakening where the passive acceptance of fate transforms into the active creation of destiny. You now stand at the threshold of a conscious recalibration, equipped with the insight that your financial world is not a fixed external entity, but a dynamic reflection of your inner state, your dominant thoughts, and your most deeply held convictions. This is the essence of financial self-mastery, understanding that the true levers of change reside not in external circumstances, but within the boundless territory of your own mind. This profound awareness empowers you to transcend the limitations of old paradigms. You are no longer bound by the stories of scarcity or the fears of unworthiness that once held sway. Instead, you possess the deliberate capacity to choose new narratives, to cultivate beliefs that align with abundance, and to foster an internal environment where prosperity naturally flourishes. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about the scientific application of universal laws, a conscious partnership with the very forces of creation. By understanding that your subconscious mind, as Bob Proctor so often emphasized, does not differentiate between what is real and what is vividly imagined, you gain the ultimate power to impress upon it the reality you desire. Through consistent visualization, heartfelt affirmations, and a genuine feeling of gratitude for what is yet to manifest, you are actively reprogramming your internal compass, setting it firmly on the course of financial freedom and expansive well-being. The true practice, therefore, begins now in the deliberate integration of these insights into the fabric of your daily existence. It is in the quiet moments of reflection, in the conscious choice of an empowering thought over a limiting one, and in the consistent cultivation of a feeling of abundance, regardless of current external conditions. This isn't a one-time mental exercise. It is a continuous, joyful commitment to aligning your inner world with your highest financial aspirations. Let gratitude be your daily anchor, grounding you in the appreciation of all that you already possess, thereby opening the floodgates for more. Let visualization be your sacred blueprint, meticulously detailing the financial reality you are calling into being. And let affirmations be your unwavering declaration, reaffirming your worthiness and capacity to attract and manage wealth with grace and wisdom. These are not merely techniques. They are powerful acts of conscious creation, shaping your frequency to resonate with the very abundance you seek. As you consistently engage in this inner work, you will begin to embody a new financial identity. Not merely someone who wants money, but someone who is a magnet for wealth, a wise steward of resources, and a generous contributor to the world. This new identity is rooted in the unshakable conviction that prosperity is your natural state, and that your capacity to generate and expand wealth is limitless. It recognizes that true abundance extends far beyond monetary figures, encompassing rich relationships, vibrant health, a profound sense of purpose, and the freedom to live authentically. This holistic view ensures that your pursuit of financial mastery is integrated with your overall well-being, fostering a life that is not only materially rich but deeply fulfilling and meaningful. You are not just attracting money, you are attracting a life of profound significance. So, step forward with unwavering confidence, knowing that the power to transform your financial reality resides entirely within you. This is not a journey of mere acquisition, but of profound self-discovery and the courageous reclamation of your inherent creative power. Embrace the ongoing evolution, for true financial mastery is an unfolding process, a continuous refinement of your beliefs, habits, and emotional alignment. The universe is endlessly responsive, waiting for you to clearly articulate your desires and maintain the vibrational frequency of their fulfillment. The only limits that exist are those you choose to accept. Release them now, step into your rightful place as a conscious creator of wealth, and allow the boundless flow of abundance to enrich every aspect of your magnificent life. The future you envision is not just possible. It is patiently awaiting your deliberate and joyful command.